Crisis has struck. I just recorded this 32 minutes long. Ooh, video wasn't recording. Zero video. Do I post just the podcast? Nope. So, got to do it again. Now it's 7 a.m. and I'm just going to take it from the top, bite myself in the butt. That sucks. Um, that really sucks. 30 minutes down the drain. I was like just going to edit it, post it. 32 minutes long. Let us talk 007. Take two. That's what this is. This is a take two of this because, wow, that sucks. So I received some texts past 2 days about things I should. One of them was early text. You know who you are. No video today. That's not happening. That's not going to be a thing. You're gonna no. This is purely for me. This is a solipsistic endeavor. This is all for me. This is all about me. There's no requests coming in unless you think like something can help me or something would be interesting. But no, that's not what's going to happen. This just happens to be something others can consume. But that's all it is. This is all me, baby. All me. I tried to make that as verbatim as I said it last time and make it feel natural. So maybe it did, maybe it didn't. That sucks, though, that I just recorded for 30 minutes. And I'm going to probably have this one be 10 minutes now. And then the other thing was, I said I wanted this to be, like, yesterday was a nothing burger to me. Like, it was, like, fun, like, verbatim, random topics. And if that's what that is, that's fine. But it's like, I want this to be more, like, for me in the world in the sense of doing product, like, professional, I guess. So, yeah. And then I pulled out these 3 pen. I'm going to keep talking about it retroactively, but I'm not going to do that anymore. So, Product Kale thinks about stuff like these. If you're watching instead of just listening, 3 pens. It's like every single difference between pen A, B, and C is like so incrementally different. Like this one, we have like a bigger one, a smaller one, and then like one that's has a cap instead of a push, and then the cap one also feels more like a marker, but it's classified as a pen. So it's all product decisions are what goes into all this stuff. And that's really what fascinates me. So that's what I want to start diving into more in my life is, you know, why this versus that? Does this, like, for example, like this I referred to as a shitty pen. It writes terrible, just bad ink, bad ballpoint, you know, the ink doesn't leave the pen fast enough where it's bad pen. And then you have something like this where it's like a fake G2. It's a Energel liquid gel pen. It's not a real G2, but it's like close to one, I guess. And this is like a nicer pen, right? It's not like nice as in like it's like probably a $3 pen instead of this being a 55-cent pen or something. So it's like, oh, utility wise, all of these serve the same purpose to write stuff down. Some people, all of them are black here, but like there's blue pens, there's red pens, obviously. But like, what is the functionality of each? What would be the difference? Like, why would people like writing with blue pens? Because there's a study that says when you write in blue, you remember stuff more. That's a thing. So all these decisions you make when you make a product like a pen, to me, are fascinating. So it's like if I was to make a pen, what would it be like and why? That's what I'm going to start trying to exercise and do. Yeah, and then I wrote down in my notebook here a bunch of other products I like. First one just being like I like tech, obviously, so I like speakers and headphones. So I have like Beats Pro headphones, and then I also have my Bowers and Wilkins over ear noise canceling headphones. And there's like different functionalities, night and day difference. And it's like, for example, today it was raining when I was going to the gym, and it's inconvenient. It's raining when I was going to the gym today, and when I put my Bowers and Wilkins headphones over my hood, just onto my ear, they stop playing because there's this pressure thing that it has to feel your ear to play. And if it doesn't feel your ear, it'll pause and you can hit play, but then it'll just like instantly pause again. So that's like a little feature that's kind of buggy and sucks for the product. Like it stinks that that's like a feature. So then I ended up wearing my just over ear earbuds to the gym today because obviously when it's raining you can put those underneath your hood. There's no issue there. And like my hood doesn't really fit with my bigger headphones on. But these are like my go-to nice now headphones that I wear all the time, and I usually am listening to everything to. Um, so much like I usually charge them overnight, and they have like a 20-hour battery, but like I don't want them ever to be dead. So that's that. Um, so yeah, that's like product kale thinking out loud, trying to figure out what's next, what are things I want to do. So like that's one thing is like just learn more about stuff like that. Um, it's when I talked for like 4 minutes about W and like our deodorant as a product and stuff, and then I realized in post I was gonna have to cut it all out because I still don't know what I can or can't talk about. And yesterday I talked about some like work stuff that was going on, um, and I just had to cut it all out. So yeah, I'm just not gonna talk about like really W ever, to be honest. Just safer that way for me. Um, yeah. So that's that. Um, darn, I had 30 minutes of this. It was my longest one, and I wasn't recording. That that just sucks. Wow. Okay. Um, let's find some topics to talk about. I wanted to be like less funny in my the la- I just recorded one and I was like, I don't like yesterday was a nothing burger to me because, I just talked about random topics and they were just funny, but also that's okay to do. Like as long as I'm just creating and I'll iterate. I think the only a couple like I want my mentor, Coach Tom, to be like, this is what we could be doing with this. Let's try that. Like I'm gonna listen to him about this, but anyone else who's like, oh, dude, like I'm not really like too many cooks in the kitchen. Head honcho chef here is gonna be like, call up big man and be like, what do we think this should be about? And maybe it can be about everything and anything, and this just stays the iteration. Some days will be awesome and some days won't be, but we'll learn. The other thing I talked about was like yesterday. If you noticed the color on the video at whack for the past like week, when exporting, Premiere Pro just fucks me. Like it just crazy. It sometimes I export it and it'll use the original audio from like because like I record two different audios and sync it up. Like I have my phone recording right now, and there's a whole different audio track, and then I have my video recording or my microphone recording on my computer, and then I sync them up and just use the higher quality audio here. And I think the annoying thing is sometimes I'll delete the audio track from the iPhone and export the video, and somehow the audio track from the iPhone is the only audio track on it when I export it. Like my Premiere is whacked, and I can't update it because my subscription ended for work, um, and I haven't gotten the new one yet. And I don't know what my plan is to get a new one. I had a free 3 month trial, and I told my boss, I was like, yeah, maybe I'll need it in the future. But now that we have new people in, I don't need to be doing as much editing as I was doing before and like content creation. So maybe I don't get that, which sucks. So then I'm just stuck on this broken version of you guys are just going to see me like an alien. Either like I was blending in with the background. My blue hoodie was literally just gray. Yesterday I was like, haircut, new hoodie. That hoodie is blue. It's not gray at all. So yeah, I don't know. We'll figure out. I'm still gonna try. I posted on Reddit, like, help me. No, no, no help at all. I thought Reddit was a place for people to help each other, but I guess not. Um, nice. All is well. Um, what else we got? What else we got in the bag? Let's talk about. Oh, okay. This is interesting. I was thinking about this, and it's like, at what point in education is it a waste of time? And what I mean by that is like, for example, you go to school until middle school, great. But once you hit high school, you're forced to take math, English, like you're forced to take the Common Core. And at what point do you like I think I like geometry, yeah. Algebra 1, like what? I don't know. Maybe it's useful for what percentage of people in the work field are using algebra? Probably 20%. So that's probably a good enough portion where everyone should learn it. And it also, like, if you don't learn algebra in high school, then that means you start learning it in college, which means you're so far behind all the other mathematics. So I would say it makes sense for us to learn that type of stuff, but like the push and pull of learning all this stuff, it's like what is worth it and what isn't worth it. I don't know. And I'm like a huge and I'm like so like I did 2 years of college. I am anti 4 year just wasting money. They're too expensive. The money you're like good work. You got a degree and just drank for 4 years. Whoop de fucking do. Like you learn more in the internships and the off when you're not at school than you do when you're at school. Like what? That's crazy to me. So I don't know where I was gonna go with that. I'm choking on something. Did he? No, I don't know where I was going with that, but it's like Master and Apprentice is by far the best. Exponentially, learning from someone, being underneath their wing, and someone teaching you also helps them reinforce and just maybe gives them a new perspective on things. Like I don't know why that isn't a thing. Like I've been trying to like anytime I can. Jacko was my overtime mentor, like and boss, and then now I have my two current bosses slash one. The structure for W is weird, but it's like I have two slash one boss, but really one. Um, so it's like I have those two, and then the CEO, and I want to siphon as much information from them as possible, and then I have my mentor coach Tom, and it's like okay, so that's like a good five people right there where I'm just trying to suck information out, and I people don't have one. Like people don't have one person they can just go to and talk professional with, which is talk professional with. That's is that yeah, that works. Yeah, like that's like crazy to me. Like I think every person should have some human in the work field who is experienced, has gone through the early stages of career. They don't have to be the most accomplished. I'm lucky that all five of mine are, but like the general sense is like just learn from someone, I think. That's an issue I think right now with a lot of people is they don't know what they're doing. They don't and they've never been guided. Like there's no guidance anymore. It's open this textbook, read, go work. I don't know. The education system's interesting. So is the healthcare. Aha. No, I don't know. I think trying to figure all that navigate this world that we're presented with like in Asia, they know calculus by like eighth grade at some places. I feel like I've seen that somewhere where it's like, oh, by the time they're born, they're already doing math. It's like, whoa, like how are they so ahead of us in everything? And it's like, well, obviously here, it's nice to be in a capitalistic state where it's you can create your own thing and earn your own money. And there, it's like they clearly have Eastern culture isn't that right. Working for the dictator. No, but it's just it's a different culture there, and like it's just be smart or you're nothing, I guess. Here it's like you can do so many other things. So maybe that's why our education system is different. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud here with this like this isn't lay of the law. This is me just spitting thoughts. But lay of the law, lay of the land. Huh. But yeah, I don't know. It's just so interesting to me where I have like friends whose parents paid for her parents paid six figures for some random degree, and they like I just know I know so much more than that. Like that's weird. That doesn't make sense to me how that could and that is like that's the status quo. Like how could that be the status quo right now where it's going to school, not learning that much, but you get this piece of paper, and that's your ticket to a job in the world. I don't know. It's messed up. I think that would be cool to try to change. Like for me, it's like I have a 2 year degree, community college, and like I don't say community. Like when people are like, oh, where'd you go? I say a small upstate school, and then I kind of just take out the community word and I just say Hudson Valley College instead of Hudson Valley Community College. Is that some insecurities? Yeah, it is. But I got a good job. Like I get paid. I had a good job before this. And the reason I got the good job before this is because I just did stuff. Like during COVID, I just was working on my, like, it was like I wasn't sitting around smoking or just playing. I was playing video games, but I wasn't just doing nothing. It was like, oh, I was trading stocks, tried doing real estate, was in the crypto world, and then stumbled upon people and stuff and got my first job because of like I was looking and I was hungry because I wanted to be successful. Like if you have that, that's like easier to navigate. But if you're not hungry and you just have this piece of paper, how far is that going to get you? I have no idea. I don't know. Okay, that's rants over. Hopefully, I didn't say anything offensive or rude. I never know. And I don't really watch these things back. I usually just cut the big open chunks because, like, yesterday I didn't know what to talk about. So I'd sit here for 3 minutes and just, like, look at this wall and be like, what am I going to talk about? But there, when it's a rant and I just fly through it to me, and that's like a 3 to 5 minute rant, it's like, or conversation or whatever you want to call it. I don't remember if I said anything offensive. And it's like, and I have to remember to cut things at moments. Like I remembered I would have had to cut the W stuff in the previous 30 minutes, but that's that. That was a little good rant that I didn't even talk about in the previous one. Schools just came up. Um, I like how it gets lighter slowly out. So I talked about the exporting and all that stuff. We're 17 minutes in. That can be a wrap. I do. Tal's been nice, little brother. He's been like, "Yo, these have been funny. Keep doing them." Blah blah blah. Or he didn't say keep doing them, but he said they were funny, which like he laughs in moments, which is super nice. This one, I don't think there's many laughs. And the previous 30 minutes, I think I already said this, but I want to regurgitate it. Is I thought in the previous 30 minutes, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be way more professional, but maybe it doesn't have to be. Maybe I just keep it this way, and I have Tom help me iterate what this is going to be, if anything. I'm gonna go reread. He's been helping me and gave me this doc about like discipline, not even about discipline, but just about some stuff. I want to read it over again and just process it fully a bit more. So I want to go do that. Hope you guys all have a good day. Yep, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.